Monday, November 20th episode of Morning Coffee and Chat. Oh, God, what is it? 4 days. 4 days till Turkey Day. We're gonna celebrate on Wednesday instead of Thursday this year because, well, the wife's off work on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So that way we don't have to have Christmas supper. Actually have a Christmas dinner at a reasonable time instead of waiting till 5:30 or 6 o'clock at night when she gets home. I hope you guys are all having a great day. Hope you're having a good week so far. Good morning, Debbie. Good morning, Ty. Morning, Nick. Good to see you here, bud. Oh, what a weekend. Elvis, what is up, my friend? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Morning, Tony. Good to see you, bud. But what a weekend. I mean, just from when we seen each other the last time until now. If I've not been in here busting my butt, I have been uptown busting my butt. And it's just, matter of fact, I was talking to our buddy Mark, sharpshooter Mark. I was talking to him at work just a little bit ago, and he was talking about having to work all these extra hours and stuff, being in management, and because of people calling off work or not showing up or whatever the case may be. And I told him, I said, watch the stream this morning. I said, I'm supposed to go in at noon today, and somebody else opens. I guarantee sometime between 8 o'clock and 9:55, I'll get a phone call. It'll ring right here like it always does, and he'll be asking me to open for him. I mean, 9:55 because I'm usually there by 10 after 10 to get everything turned on and set up and get the fan on. So we'll see. Let me see. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? But who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky and he won't call, which means I'll get to stick to an actual schedule today. But with working, um, sometimes 7 days a week, um, this week with everything, with the holidays and stuff, and getting all the pre-prep stuff done on on Tuesday and having Thanksgiving on Wednesday. Um, I decided that over the weekend, while I was not at work, I was going to be working in here, getting the videos set up and stuff for this week. Of course, I got a really good one coming out tomorrow. There'll be another one Thanksgiving morning that comes out. I'm trying to make it a little, funny, ha, kind of, not so serious, but at the same time, there'd be a little bit of lesson in there. So let me see here. I fixed the roof on my garage Saturday. Ain't been able to move since. Morning, Jan. Good to see you, love. Without lots of pain. Well, not a lot of pain, but you're sure sounds like you're feeling it now, bud. Had a chance to pick up a new instrument, but I didn't go through with it. Um, you might have to go into some detail on that, bud. I mean, what kind of instrument? And of course, we can't forget, Thursday is Thanksgiving. Friday is, I believe it's called Native American Heritage Day. Um, of course, for obvious reasons, a lot of Native Americans don't celebrate Thanksgiving. The few of them that I know around here actually do, but I don't know. We'll see. Blah, 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 blah. JJ's Adventures with Beth. 62. I ain't the roofer I was at 18. And it's really kind of funny that you mentioned that, Tony, because um, Saturday night, Saturday night, the wife and I had the pleasure of keeping the grandbaby um, overnight. The kids actually wanted to um, go out for a little while for the first time since the baby was born, and well, first time in a year, a little over a year, and they went out, and of course they got invited over to friends' houses. They've not been going anywhere. They've been keeping the baby at home and keeping her to a schedule. And we had the pleasure of keeping her overnight Saturday night, which was a first for either one of us in a long time. So, it's been decades since I had a teeny tiny baby around. And she just, she played, we had fun. She fell asleep about 3 hours after her scheduled time, um, but she slept the night. And actually, Grandma tried to wake her up before she left for work Sunday morning, and she wouldn't budge. She was sawing logs, and just 5 minutes before Nana got to work, she woke up. So I grabbed her real quick and changed her diaper and um, done a real quick video on Messenger, and she had to say bye, bye, bye to Grandma, and that just set her day perfect. So, but yeah, it was really really cool having Hero overnight and spending time with her and playing with her and watching her play with the kitties and stuff like that. Oh, here I am rattling on, and I need to be in the shop on Friday finishing up a lot of orders. Yes, you do. Instead, I'll be going and get my tree for Christmas. I'm so glad I get Thursday off. Yep, we're closed too. We're actually closed too. I'm surprised. Being Indian owned, I wasn't sure if they were gonna close for our holidays or if they were going to just keep them running for folks who may not have a family or something like that. So schedules ain't for grandbabies. No, they are not. No, they are not. Good morning, Derek. Good to see you, bud. Good morning. Konnichiwa. Grandbabies get to do whatever they want as long as it don't cause harm. Yeah, that's pretty much what we let her do. She ran all around here. I got her up yesterday morning, changed her little diaper and got her dressed and made her a blueberry waffle, and she ate the blueberry waffle, and then less than a half hour later, Mom and Dad showed up to get her and brought her pancakes and a hash brown, and yeah, she wasn't really in the mood for it after that waffle. But yeah, what else was I going to talk about? Oh, uh, I made a mention of this last week. I officially got a commercial done, an advertisement. I don't want to call it a commercial. I got an advertisement done for it yesterday. It's going to be on tomorrow's video. Um, the holiday season is coming really quick, and irregardless of our situation here, we are still trying to, brighten up the lives of, some families that aren't as well off as we are. One family in particular we're looking at, their father was just. I don't want to go into a lot of detail out of respect for the family, but I guess since the whole pandemic thing, depression has his company completely closed down when the pandemic was over with. They went out of business, and they were surviving the best they could. And I guess here about 3 weeks ago, um, he done the unimaginable. The depression got the worst of him. Um, he just couldn't find anything, and he took a walk along the local train tracks, and it's still debated whether he slipped, but let's just say that he's not with us anymore. And he left behind a couple of kids and a wife, and yeah. So that's one family that we're seriously looking at. Another thing is an organization here in town that helps disabled veterans, elderly folks, people in need, whatever the case may be, with bills and food and things like that. So we are going to be doing our Secret Santa adopt a family thing again this year. Of course, I'll put the links. The link is right here where you can help. I'm going to keep it all anonymous, um, and it's going to be from the channel. I'm not going to do the individual thing and just start naming people, because I know how you guys are, and I know how the platform is, and people helping people, and it could be several names I would have to write down. So I'm just going to do it under the channel and try to help this organization out. It is not funded by the government or anything. It is actually ran strictly on donation. And, well, needless to say, though we have Camp Ritchie folk out here around the lake, they don't get a lot of donations. So, I'm just try to do our part and try to help some folks out, maybe make it a little nicer of a holiday. So, yeah, Guten Tag, definitely German, Konnichiwa, Japanese. I've gone through the Japanese thing with my daughter a little bit. She was very much into Japanese culture and language here a couple of years ago, so we actually learned a few words. Let me see here. Dark shadows. I missed somebody coming in. Where did I miss coming in? Oh, Derek. Okay. I started to say who slipped in. I didn't see. Jay gets to start his Santa duty this Sunday. Phew, that's cool. Put some smiles on some kids' faces. Maybe even make a couple extra bucks to help out for the holidays. That'd be cool. I got two kids that need Santa to give them a talk to about being good. Horse Pucky. There ain't nothing wrong with those kids. They're angels. My nieces are angels. Don't even try to convince me of different. I don't believe it. Oh, so how the hell have y'all been? Well, that's a good idea, Derek. That's a very good idea. And who knows if you get a hold of the pizza place early enough and let them know about your plan, they may be willing to cut you a deal um, because of why you're doing it. So I mean, you never know. Definitely, Tony. Definitely, definitely. So, um, I mean, staying dry, especially where you live at during the winter months, um, definitely, definitely important. Let me see here. He tells kids in his route to be good because he's watching them. I got a feeling Jay's gonna make a good Santa. Good morning, Sarah. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well out there. Busy, busy, busy. Hopefully, can breathe now that Billy's birthday's passed. Now I can get back in the shop. Good thinking, Nick. Good morning, Sean. Good to see you. Glad you could join us this morning, bud. You should have seen him over the weekend. My 7 year old thinks she's 18 with her mouth. Yeah, well, wait till she's 14 or 15. I never thought that, Ash would. I never thought I would see the day that she would get as snotty as she's gotten. But it seems like, she went from 14 to 15, or let's just say 14 to 25. So, and right off the trailer. I do everything in my power to stay away from her. Doing well, working on homework, and today's the last day of my fall classes as an instructor. Thankfully, I get to teach a winter course. Very cool. Well, you're apparently doing something right if they're going to have you come back and do a winter course. I mean, the rain is coming. I'm getting hit right now. I don't think we have any rain in the forecast. Let's check this out. Let's see. Let's see what the National Weather Service. Oh God, I got to figure out how to tone this down. I wish I could do a black screen. In case you guys can't tell, this eye is getting much worse. When I got up this morning, I couldn't even read my screen. It's getting foggy too. So baby blue on dark on medium blue here. Let's see here. Um, oh, yep, we have it's a 9% chance of rain today. 100% chance of rain tomorrow. 30s and low 40s all week. Yay. my daughter is 10. She tells me my generation is the worst. I can't with her most days. That's exactly where I'm at with 15. You know, they don't understand how we survived without computers and tablets and switches. And the only switch I ever knew was the one that my grandma made me cut off the willow tree when I done something bad. You know, some of us called them switches, some of us called them gads, whatever the case may be. But that's the only switch I ever knew anything about. So, I don't know. She told my mom to go F herself. At 10? She got a death wish? Your mom doesn't strike me as the kind to take much effing from a child. I don't know. Rain is forecast for the Chicago area. We're expecting rain later today and all day tomorrow. Yeah, like I said, we got a 9% chance for this afternoon, 100% chance for tomorrow, so it's going to be interesting. My daughter's gonna have a shot. My daughter is 7. Hey, Deb. Good to see you, bud. Glad you could join us this morning. But yeah, like I said, I finally, I got tired of just, talking about it in the stream and throwing up a link. So I actually sat down yesterday during some spare time while I was working on the video for tomorrow and thought, hey, it might actually be a good idea to put some kind of advertisement about the whole Secret Santa thing. Especially, after I found out about that one family's loss with their dad, and like I said, the organization here in town that runs strictly on donations, and they do a lot for veterans, disabled veterans, elderly, disabled families, uh, things like that. And between their little teeny tiny food pantry and the helping to pay people's utilities and stuff uh, when they can't make ends meet, and it just needless to say, I've got a lot of my outfits and stuff from these folks. They don't charge a lot for their clothes, and well, they could use all the help that they can get. So, because they try to do a lot for our community. So, might as well soak the ground so it can freeze quicker. Yep. My demon seed is 14. She knows I don't put up with that shit. What she does with her mom, not my problem now. Yours is just a year younger than mine is. Mine can be scary. I mean, mine can be downright frightening. She'll come home from school. You won't even know she's home. She's literally quiet as a church mouse. Goes straight to the bathroom. Spends about 45 minutes in there. Then goes straight to her bedroom. Closes the door. And if you're not watching for her, you don't even know she's here. So until you hear her in there chatting in the middle of a game or something. Of course, here they don't do homework anymore. Hell, our school don't even have textbooks you can bring home, which completely blows me away how they expect to educate kids without without them actually doing homework. So, instead of spending a day in school learning, and then you bring your textbooks and stuff home and do your homework and everything, they do all their learning in class. Then the last half hour of class is work period to do all your homework. So yeah, the last meeting we had out there, I asked about textbooks, and they're like, "Oh well, we don't let them take textbooks home anymore. The state don't allocate enough money for that." I don't know. I think it's the education system itself that don't allocate enough money for that, and the fact that you can no longer make your kids do their homework without, having them call the police or something because you won't let them eat until their homework's done, or you won't let them go out and play. You're neglecting their physical needs and stuff like that. So, yeah, family other times it's how most behavior has to do with what they see in the family. Other times it's how their friends act. Yeah, very true. Full custody of mine. That's what best from both mine. Watched textbooks. Never took any home. Man, we always did. Every single day I was bringing home math, biology, history, constantly bringing home textbooks every night. But got plenty of money for other countries. Very true, Freedom. Very true. How you doing this morning? Good to see you. I was an honor student, so never need to study. There was a lot of things I didn't like to study, or I didn't need to study. But there was a lot of things I would study ahead. Matter of fact, like with history and biology, the sciences, things like that, I would actually be done doing exercises in the books halfway through the school year. So I didn't even have to go back and look at them. I knew right off the bat what we were going to be doing, how they wanted it done, when they wanted it done. So that makes two of us. I always had homework. Um, Good. Been renovating, usually listening in background. Enjoyed your Waco video. Thank you. Yeah, I thought the Waco thing was really interesting. The fact that the fact that the press was utilized for basically making Koresh sound evil and the government sounding like the heroes here. Um, just finding out that, in their own, hostage negotiation truck and stuff like that, there was recordings that were done where, the Davidians were begging for them to stop firing. Why'd they start firing? There's women and children here. Hey, Masha, good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well this morning. But yeah, so I mean, the truth finally comes out that who opened fire first, who started the fire at the compound, all that kind of stuff. Let me see here. Science, math, ancient history, always had 98%. They've been utilized like that for a while, unfortunately. I disliked history until I got older, did genealogy on my family, and learned that they lived, when they lived, and what they did. Having my first coffee. Oh my goodness gracious sakes. And we're on the same time schedule together. Then again, I've been up, what, 3 hours? I think I slept in this morning. I stayed in bed till 5:30. So yeah, this is like my fourth or fifth cup. It's no wonder I spend the whole day running in and out of the bathroom. Ruby Ridge. Very true, Tony. Very true. First coffee tastes too good. Second won't taste the same. It never does. It never does. History is the only subject I liked growing up, and to this day, still study history. Yep, and that's one of the reasons that I enjoy doing what I do. Is the fact that I'm learning about things that I didn't learn about in school, and it just really it keeps this thing working up here. New fresh data being entered into it all the time. Only problem with history, winners write it. And that is actually very, very true. Um, I believe in the video that comes out tomorrow, they actually discuss that. In the video was the fact that, you know, history history is usually written by the victors because the losers were eliminated and unable to record it. Now there are certain instances, like with the indigenous peoples of this country and stuff like that, where they were able to record um, the history of situations, and you sit and you look at how the history books are written, and you look at how they have recorded history, and a lot of times there's a clash. Things just don't add up. So it's like my grandpa used to say, if a tree falls in the woods, there's always four sides to the story. If you and I are walking in the woods and we see a tree fall, there's four sides to that story. There's mine, there's yours, there's the trees, and there's the truth. Would have been nice to learn about the country you live in and other places. We always learned about other countries, but our own school system is messed up. Very true. Very true. If the power goes out, everyone's going to be lost. As their computers and cells do all the remembering for them. Very, very accurate. Very accurate. That's why so many people plan for these SHTF situations. SHTF, shit hit the fan. Um, for those of you that didn't know, people have become so reliable on technology to do all their thinking, all their searching, all their everything, make out their schedules, everything, that a lot of people, especially from these younger generations that have occurred since the invent of computers and cell phones and stuff like that, that if the grid ever went down, if we ever had an SHTF situation, those kids, those younger generations, won't know how to survive. They won't know how to survive without fast food, or getting around on a scooter, or getting around in a car, or how to heat their home without gas, um, or they won't know. How am I gonna survive without Netflix, Hulu? Schools create workers, not thinkers. Grading system tells how good an employee will be. That's exactly how I feel about it at times. Now the one thing that I have noticed with our school system is when I was in school, we had algebra, we had advanced algebra. Those were the only two mandatory math classes in our school. Now, okay, there are some parts to algebra that kind of tick me off because, I've been out of school for 36 years, and a lot of the stuff I never used. Even when I operated a CNC machine, all I had to know was conversion, changing fractions to decimals to be able to program them into a CNC machine. Now they're making it mandatory that kids are taking geometry, kids are taking calculus, things like that. My daughter's a sophomore in high school. She's in geometry. At no point in my life have I ever had to use a geometric figure on a job. I have never needed to know the radius or circumference of a circle or, total square area. I, I don't know. Remember back before cell phones, I remember several 10-digit phone numbers. I only know a couple off the top of my head. Very true, Sean. I was sitting here the other day and I was thinking, I remember my house number from when I was 12 years old. I remember my grandma's house number from, she's been gone for 10 years. And I still remember her house number. I got 2003. Yeah, perfect example, Dev. I have a fireplace and books. I might be able to handle that. What rights do you pay taxes on your land and you don't own it? Algebra, a waste of time. Not all would get a job. Needing that life skills would be mandatory in all schools, junior and high school. Should be. Is that geometry a lot when building trailers? I took all 4 years of math in high school. Was a waste of time. Forgot more math than most people learn. Working with leather, I do need to know what type of stuff, but on top of that, in the military, doing what I did, I had to know a lot of math. Remember the Pythagorean theorem, but don't know rights or law or contracts or trust or banking. We took cooking and sewing in school. So did we. We had home ec. We had home ec in junior high. We learned how to, how to cook, how to do recipes, how to do measurements, all that kind of stuff. And then we had it again my freshman year of high school. I think the thing that burns me the most is they don't teach writing in school anymore. They let kids print everything. Now, still to this day, though, when you go to fill out a job application, they want you to sign your name. If you get a car loan or a house loan, you have to sign your name. Kids don't know how. They don't teach them. They don't make it mandatory. My daughter literally still has the writing skills that I surpassed in the fourth grade. And they don't ever try to teach them different. Big letters, little letters, not capitals and lowercase, big letters, little letters. It burns me that kids these days are not going to have the head start um, in adulthood that some of us older folks did 30, 40 years ago. So, love sports. I was playing volleyball, basketball, running, shot put, cheerleader. I played football. I played baseball. You know, my school didn't offer soccer, but my cousin's Catholic school did. And I would a lot of times when I would spend the weekend with him, I would go to his soccer practice with him, and I'd be right out there playing with him. You know, I loved it. Good morning, Jay. Good to see you there, Santa. Hope you're having a good day, bud. I stopped home ec the year before my freshman year. Don't teach civics class anymore since all the civil rights movements. Yep, cursive writing is quicker. Takes too long to print everything out. Yeah, not to mention, it's like I said, any time that you do any kind of a legal binding anything, it has to be your name has to be written out. It cannot be printed out. And it just, how they expect people to be able to go through adult life and not know how to write cursive is just, it's beyond me. Consumer ed was one of the most useful classes I ever had. Yep, I agree. Home ec was taught in seventh grade when I was in school. Everything going electronic, just like you won't have calculators. Back in the day. Now, see, Tony, it's funny that you mentioned that because years ago, when I first hurt my back 30, 33 years ago, and I was under the workman's comp case in Indiana, and the company that I got hurt at, instead of paying for my workman's comp and paying for the surgeries that I needed and stuff, they fired me. And when I went out looking for a job, I was still I had nerve damage in my back along with muscular damage. And I had a hard time writing. So when I went to print my name on an application or something, I was told that it wasn't accepted. I was told that it clearly says printed name, written name. Okay, it cannot be processed without a written name. Back in the day, teachers had big classes, taught multiple classes at once. Teachers today got it easy. Maybe have a 6 hour after breaks and lunches. I've seen it working at a teaching hospital. Horrendous signatures. Oh, my signature looks like a bloody doctor's signature. Um, my signature looks like the ECG of a stroke victim. I always had awesome printing and writing skills. My kids always remind me, your writing is beautiful. I've been told the same thing, that I have the writing skills um, far advanced of what it should be. When I print, the way I actually write now, I mix print and cursive, and it just the way the letters, like um, like when I sign my name, I start off with this big beautiful A, and then I slide into the cursive, and the E is the same way for my last name. I have this big beautiful, almost like a gothic E, and then a much smaller Ellsworth. So it's, yeah. If you use printed signature on your license and all, it is legal. Wow. Well, it's not a good choice. It is legal. Your signature is the same as mine. Writing, I mean, is about the same as mine. I was a draftsman for a few years back in the day and refined my signature and handwriting. Everyone hates my writing. They can't read it. Well, if you guys remember here about 2 years ago, Mark and I went out and done a cemetery not very far from here, done an investigation, and we had wrote down the history of some of the folks that were in the cemetery. And I was sitting there trying to read Mark's, and me and Mark, we've been friends for a few years now. We always pick on each other, and I was, he was talking about me writing down the history of some of these people, and I would look at his notes, and I would say something like he wants to talk about my writing ability, but his notes look like somebody dipped a chicken having a seizure into ink and just let it flop across the page. We couldn't figure out. And now that I think about it, we had 2 or 3 videos like that where he gets to writing so fast and not looking where he's writing at that it all blends together, and he's sitting there trying to read his notes during a video, and he can't. And we look at it, and there's no way in hell we could read that. So I have a distinctive way I sign my name so no one can copy it. I always get told my handwriting is really good. I learned to sign my name. No one can copy it. I don't think it could be better. I think as human beings, we all look for faults in ourselves. And, something as simple as our handwriting, um, how we sit, things like that. Um, I think as human beings, we all look to better ourselves in some way, whether it's financial or it's physical or it's attractiveness or it's communication, whatever the case may be. You know, learning to embrace yourself and your life. I believe it. I believe to be one of the first steps in a much happier world. Learning to embrace your uniqueness along with others' uniqueness, and quit trying to make everybody a machine copy of each other. Thumbs up. My signature only partially includes A and a Y. Please make sure to hit thumbs up. Share out to everyone. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Jan, Masha, I appreciate that. So, What y'all got planned for Turkey Day? Well, everybody except our Canadian friends up there who've already celebrated Turkey Day. Always got to be different. What do you guys got planned? Like I said, our family's doing it on Wednesday instead of on Thanksgiving this year because, well, the wife's off work Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So we don't have to wait till 5:30 or 6 o'clock to eat, and I don't have to prepare everything myself. So much nicer that way. I need to pick your brain one day. I have to get some info on my favorite person. Mrs. works, so we might go Cracker Barrel after she gets off. You're not gonna cook dinner for your beautiful wife, so she gets to come home and have a Thanksgiving turkey with you, and sweet potatoes and apple pie and mashed taters and green bean casserole. Tease the crap out of USA for being difficult on a late turkey day. Make lots of food, eat lots of food. So one thing about a signature, even if you have a squiggle, as long as it's the same every time, it's a valid signature. And Sean, it's really funny you mentioned that, but did you know that handwriting experts will tell you that it is extremely, extremely rare that a person signs their name the same way every time? There are always minute and sometimes even microscopic differences every single time a person signs their name. It is never signed the same way, identically, every single time. Cooking for Turkey Day, she suggested Cracker Barrel. Well, that pretty much tells us she don't want you in her kitchen. Then again, if we had the money, um, we'd probably no, we wouldn't because we got the whole family coming over. We got her son and the baby and his fiance and her mom and her friend and probably my buddy um, Mike and his wife coming over, which is a holiday tradition here. Um, so yeah, we probably wouldn't go out and eat even if we had the money to. I'm fixing a turkey breast in a crock pot, just Jay and I. I've also invited a friend who doesn't have anyone. Specific pinpoints what they look for. Yeah, they do. You are correct. Yeah, very improbable to sign exactly the same. She don't want to spend $100 for the meal. Well, yeah, I can understand that. Um, I can understand that. We with the situation that we've been going through since the end of October. Um, she'll her checks directly deposited. I get mine in hand every Friday, and I just go down to the gas station and cash it. And as hers are directly deposited, they're slowly being picked away by the late fees and stuff like that from what the mortgage company did on Halloween, and all the bills that have come in since then that have continued to add to it. And I gave her over half of my check on Friday, and she stopped at the store yesterday, and I think she spent, Christ, I think she spent a total of $30 on everything that we could get for Thanksgiving that wouldn't put us in a pinch before my next check comes in on Friday. So, we're not going to have nearly what we have in the past. The turkey she got was closer to a pigeon, or closer to a chicken than a turkey. But I'm the kind, I want a 20-pound turkey. I want to eat turkey from the day after Thanksgiving until the toenails are gone. And she got what she could. So, yeah, let it be, at least for eating. Turkey and ham here. See, that's what we used to do, is we do a turkey and a ham. But yeah, it's uh-huh. Turkey and ham, it costs about the same with inflation. We've got a head count of 15. So we're doing some major cooking. Oh, thank you, Freedom. But no, it's good. It's good. We're surviving. We're surviving. I mean, we're not doing anything extra. There's no runs to the store when we need things. It's oh, it's grab what we can each week to just make it through. So, we'll catch it up sooner or later. Hopefully before Christmas. I'd like to give my family a little bit of a Christmas myself. So, but we'll see. Maybe we'll postpone Christmas for a month or two. Maybe Santa Claus will have to make a special trip in the latter part of January or February for us. Who knows? Turkey on Turkey Day, ham for Christmas. I see. Normally on Turkey Day, we do both, and then on Christmas, um, either my mother-in-law will make, oh, what is that? It's not corned beef. It's she'll do some kind of beef thing, or I'll cook a ham. Um, that way, once again, or we'll do both. That way, we have enough to feed everybody. Nicky Packbag, come up here. Thinking of making Cornish hens for Christmas. Well, that sounds yummy. I've never had a Cornish hen. I don't even think any of our stores. We have one store here in town, but I don't think. I'm pretty sure they don't sell Cornish hen, and I don't think any of them in the next town over sells Cornish hen. I think we got to go um, 20 mile down the road to find a Cornish hen anywhere. You should try to find some. They're so good. You could probably find a local seller who delivers. We don't have anybody around here that delivers. Walmart sells them. Yeah, we got to go clear into Niles to get to a Walmart. We don't go there any. The last time we went to Niles was what, 3 months ago, 2 months ago, when we had to go and buy the new washer. Well, the used reconditioned washer. But that's the last time we've been to Niles. Plymouth, Plymouth is an hour away from here, so over an hour. So yeah, we never go down there. No, we don't have farmers like that around here. That's one thing that I've noticed in the more modern times is you have less and less. It used to be, when I was growing up, that you had farmers that raised chickens, ducks, turkeys, and you could go out to the farm, you could pick a turkey, you could pick a duck, whatever you wanted. They'd butcher it for you. You'd go out there, you'd pay for it, and you'd take your turkey home. Um, but not anymore. Not anymore. I do Italian Cajun for hubby, but that sounds good. Actually, does. I like the golden raisin sauce. I've had it before, a long time ago though. Maybe over by Luke and Becca. I need to get back a hold of them. I haven't talked to them since they moved and everything. Cass and the boys got a doe last night in her new van. Oh, ouch, God. Too much control by people who can't control their spending. Well, it's one of the reasons. One of the reasons that you don't see as many of those farmers anymore is, and I'm sure you guys heard about it, but last year the federal government started cracking down on home growers and home butchers, and they actually attacked the Amish in Pennsylvania. One of them, this Amish family had their own store for years, and the FDA and the health administration and stuff came in with the FBI and smashed these poor Amish folk, made them close their business down. They couldn't sell food anymore. They couldn't sell fresh butchered meat. It had to go through an actual butcher. You could only buy food through an actual butcher. But yeah, multiple, like three generations they had ran that store. And they the problem was they were undercutting all of these butchers and butcher businesses and stuff like that. They weren't charging as much as these people were charging, and these other people were losing business, and they were bitching about it. So federal government came in and shut them down, all their rights away when it come to butchering their own food and stuff. I talked to her for about an hour and a half. They're okay. The van needs a new bumper. That's good. That's good. At least they're okay. That's all that's important, is that they're okay. I mean, a bumper is a small cost. Don't want people eating non-GMO foods, actually healthy and beneficial. He won his case, thankfully. Hmm. Yeah. Private member organization. They had private contracts. Did 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 you at least get to bring the deer home, Nick? That's the that's the that's the big question. Do you now have a nice chunk of venison hanging in your backyard, getting ready to be butchered? Because I'm here to tell you, yummy, yummy. Yeah, I see that. It makes me sick. Government is going double hockey sticks. Handbasket to try to shut me down a few months ago. What do they try to shut you down for? Part of climate agenda and smart cities, no carbon emissions, blah blah blah. While they ride around in private jets and limousines. It's actually very very true. It's depleting your carbon footprint in the world, and yeah, it's nice to know that the same laws don't apply. You know, they tell you to do one thing and they do something completely different. And welcome to the new world. Because of the fact that I outbidded another person and got the leather job this other guy wanted. Um, wow. Go figure. Go figure. A person who does that kind of work is gonna go scream and boo-hoo to the authorities because you beat him out on a bid. Can't accept the fact that he yeah. Go figure. Pray Brenna can get transferred to a different location or a new job. I can't afford to keep up with the damages being done to the vehicles while she's at work. Seriously? Seriously? That stuff is still going on. She's driving up there to go to work and they're messing her cars up and stuff like that while she's at work. Well, we know who's involved in all that. I swear to God. Especially if they're all part of the same club. That's okay, Nick. I got to pick your brain sometime too about some different things. So, one of these days when I actually have a chance to sit down and chat with somebody for any length of time, I'll give you a holler. We'll pick each other's brains. File reports every time it happens. Best thing you can do for court if they refuse to put up cameras or provide protection for employee vehicles. Yep, I now see. I can absolutely positively agree with that. You know, take pictures every single time something happens. I got to be careful doing that. For some reason, vibration. Um, I noticed it yesterday. I'll be working on the computer, and you guys know I have this teeny tiny um, electronic book, basically hooked up to a larger monitor, and I think the collar's going out of it because the whole screen was turning green yesterday. I mean, I could still see the picture and everything, but it was going green when I just hit the desktop. It did it again. I hit it and it stopped. So, but then again, I'm using a 2018 life book from Fujitsu. Hell, just me coughing's doing it. Come on. Would like to just come up for a visit for no specific reason. We can go visit the farm. We have an open invitation. That'd be fun. That would definitely be fun. Just to be able to hang out for no specific reason, no ghostorama, nothing else. Just hang out with each other, not have to do a bunch of running and stuff like that. That would be very cool. And if it wasn't such short notice, um, I know it'd make the wife really really happy to see you guys again. If it wasn't such short notice, I would say, since it's just you and Jay, come up and join us for Thanksgiving. I know it would shock the hell out of the wife for you guys to show up Thanksgiving morning or something like that. She'd be flying high all day long. This would be the first Thanksgiving in 6 years where we've actually had her home all day for Thanksgiving. So yeah, we're looking for that whole family thing. Doggone it. Well, family and friends. That's why. Hence this. So wonderful thought. Unfortunately, we both have to work on Friday and Saturday. Yeah, I do too. I do too. But, but, if you was able to come up on Wednesday, then you could stay Wednesday evening into Thursday, leave midday on Thursday, and have the whole day, or that half a day to just take your time going home. Hey, Bud Files. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. Glad you could join us this morning. Sirius drew the first car I gave her, then my truck. Somebody went through her purse, tossed her keys to the store on a shelf in the back. Send written request store owner through registered or certified mail asking for cameras or secured area for employee parking. Yeah, I would definitely take pictures and record everything that's happening to the vehicles. That way, you have you have evidentiary proof that things are being done, and if they have cameras, then it should show who's doing it. What was funny about that, when that company came after me, not only did I outbid him, but the client saw my work and his work and sent me an email asking if the leather he used was actually real. If they fail to respond or provide any positive changes, you can take to court, get damages, since they would then be fully liable. It's a good point. It's a very good point. Come to find out, other craftsman uses is not actual leather, and he is claiming he is using real leather. Oh, committing fraud. How about that? Hmm. Get her boss to look at the cameras. He's lazy as a toad. You know, at times this new guy sounds worse than her old manager was. And quite honestly, if she was going to drive, if she's going to continue to drive the distance to and from that she's having to drive right now, and especially with her experience, I think she'd make a better manager, a better store manager than the last two fellows they've had in that position. I really thought for sure, when they got rid of the last guy, that they were going to offer the position to her. I mean, she had more experience than he did, and she does three times more work around that place than both managers. So you wouldn't believe this guy. You would crack jokes about him all day. You know me so well. You you know I don't pass up a chance to crack on idiocy, every chance I get. You know, it's what I do. You see, you see my work. You have some of my work. I'm serious about what I do. Take the time to find the best leather for the job. You do. You do. I'm still waiting on my saddlebags. I'm still waiting on my my saddlebags from 2 years ago. Of course, we don't want the buffalo on the lid anymore. Now we want the real pretty little black kitty cat that's down here in the corner. But I don't even need them tooled and looking pretty. I just want a nice pair of saddlebags. Maybe I can quit carrying a pack basket and stuff with me when I go camping. But yeah, I can definitely vouch for Nick's work. Um, I've got I got the Huggy right here that he made for the wife for the old channel. You know, got that nice little fur lining inside the koozie. That one sits right here. We're afraid to when Nick vanished, y'all. I was afraid to even use his stuff anymore. You know, I got that one. Holy crap! What happened? What happened? Where'd I go? There I am. You know, over here's the one he made me that had our buffalo on it. I keep both of them sitting right here on my desk now, so nothing ever happens to them. So believe me, I know the quality of work that Nick does. You know, he can't really see it. Shoot, you know, he laces the back. They've got the breather hole in the bottom. And like I said, they both got that fur lining in them. I'm definitely a big fan of Nick's work. I'd have a whole house full of Nick's work if I could afford to pay him for everything he does. That's why you pay extra for what you already received. I know you way too well. And this guy takes the holy grail of cake and eats it. He does do good work. He does very awesome. Um, it's very seldom that you find a professional, whatever they do, whether they make T-shirts or they do leather work or whatever the case may be, and you know, find somebody who not only can make the time to um, to make these things that you want or need, but does it with the same quality that they would do it with if they were making two or three or $4,000 on an item. You know, they're only going to make a few dollars. If Nick would even let me pay for the the stuff that he's done for me, the little leather patches, the koozies, you know. Granted, it's nice to have a friend that does that kind of stuff that argues with you when you do offer to pay them for it. But then they turn around and they use the scrap or whatever, the brand new piece of hide or whatever they use. They take the time to put it together right. They make it look nice and they send it to you. And you know, he's just good friend to have. Let's just put it that way. And it's a guarantee that that your stuff comes just as quickly as he can get it done. And so, you know, I'm all about supporting Nick when it comes to his craft. The stitching is really good. That is, I mean, that is some seriously tight stitching right there. Um, get it over here in the light where you can actually see it. There is no give in that stitching whatsoever. I mean, there's nothing in that. Support local, stop big store buying. Well, you know, and there are certain things that the big stores are very handy for that you can't find locally. So, you know, I can't say stop big store buying, but definitely I can say that if you can find it locally, definitely support your local businesses first and then save, you know, the big things that you can't find locally. the big stores do come in handy for. Time to start delivering. Y'all have a great week. Have a nice Thanksgiving. You too, Jay. You too. Be careful out there, my friend. And you take care. And we'll catch you later, bud. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Okay. It is 9:27. The phone's not ringing yet. Fantastic job. He's very specific. If he's not satisfied with his work, he'll start over till it's perfect. Very, very true. Very true. I have I have spent a lot of time video chatting with Nick in the past when he's been in his shop working on something. And if he does not like how it looks, if he himself don't like something, he's not sending it out to the person. He will get a hold of them. He will say, this isn't right. This doesn't look right. I don't feel right about this. And he'll start over. It goes over in the scrap pile and he starts over. Talk to Nick about scabbards once money frees up. Don't have enough meticulous people nowadays. No, we really honestly don't. We really don't. Once again, much like with technology and, you know, things like that, everything that we buy these days is in some way, shape, or form a production line thing. Um, we have got so used to mass produced products that to find an actual craftsman, one single person that sits down at a bench and, you know, hand pounds every single hole into something or takes the time to um, to do the right design, make sure the lines match up, make sure that it looks like it is machine made, but actually makes it by hand. It's very, very hard to find these days. And, you know, I'm all about, you know, supporting that kind of thing because it's something I can't do. It's like making clothes. I was talking to Nick last week or week before last about garment leather. So I could make a new pair of um, either elk or deer hide pants. And, you know, it's going to be a long process for me because I can't see well enough to quickly stitch anymore. Hell, half the time I can't even see to thread a needle, let alone to actually make a straight stitch. So it's going to be something that I have to take a lot of time to do. But knowing that Nick does that kind of work, who knows? Maybe sometime. It's a shame we don't. That's why everything's falling apart. So, a lot of gets sent out somewhere else to be done. Outsourced, yeah. Labor quality of work to boot. Welcome to visit with family time. Threading a needle is the hard part. You know, Tony, threading a needle, um, didn't used to be an issue for me. It's all right, Nick. You didn't miss much. I was bragging about you. Jan was bragging about you. Ty was bragging about you. You didn't miss much. But I used to love to sew and to do beadwork. And even if I'm using a loom to do beadwork, I run the long pieces, and then I'll tie off the um, the single piece of sinew or beading floss or whatever I'm using. I can't see to get the thread through the bead. And then you slide it through the bead. You do a single wrap on a line, and you slide on another bead, and you do a single wrap, and you slide on another bead. And it's so hard to do that you don't realize how much you're going to miss it. I mean, when you're sitting here and you're working on something and you're thinking, Psst, this is so boring. God, I wish somebody come up with an easier way to do it. And but then when you can't do it anymore, it's like, oh my God, I remember back when I missed that. So I don't know if it's bragging. If I'm just being honest, Nick takes great pride in his work. That's why I've been waiting over a year for my shoulder holster. And see, that's something else. And that's why whenever I need a piece for a persona or for reenacting or for something like that other people are going to see, I'm definitely going to go to Nick and I'm going to say, hey, I need this or this, because not only does it make my persona look better, but while I'm out, sporting this piece, I could be drumming up more business for Nick because they're going to see the high quality of the piece that I've got, and they're going to want to know where to get it, especially when I tell them that it's all hand done. It's not machine done. It's not mass produced. It is. It's done by one man sitting at a wooden workbench in a little tiny workshop on his house. And you know, I have to check into him for hubby. When I do a product, it does not leave my shop with just a little scratch. It has to be perfect before it leaves my shop. Yep, he already told us that. Like I said, while you were gone taking care of cash, you know, we were all in here bragging about you. See, I used to love working leather. I loved working leather. I liked making my own shirts for reenacting. I liked making, you know, my moccasins. I liked making all that stuff. It's just so hard anymore, especially now. One really nice thing that I just found out this weekend, um, the issue that I'm having is very, very much like my mom's cataract issue was. The haziness, the fogginess, the blurriness. Um, so there's a very good possibility that after the first of the year, when I can get into the eye doctor, this is something that can be fixed. So, keep my fingers crossed that I don't have to try to find somebody to sit beside me on the computer and stuff and do my videos for me because I'm completely and totally blind. So I don't know. We'll see. At some point, I'll get Nick to get a holster made for my Colt. Now there's some work that if it has natural scratches, even brands, and I can use that and make that product unique, I will. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing beats, um, nothing beats a unique something. Especially when you're a cowboy action shooter or a reenactor or a public speaker or whatever the case, even a hunter. Way back, I've told you guys this before, but way back, years and years ago, Steph's grandma that passed back at the end of January, um, she used to make custom hunting pouches. She made belts. She used to love to do leather work. And the people who are still around that had her hunting bags and stuff loved them because they were, each and every one was unique. She made sure that if a person lost that bag or that bag was stolen, that bag was going to be easy to spot. And there were all kinds of little secret, unique patterns or things on it that could be used to make that bag special. I have to wait till after the first of the year before I can get my left hand looked at. Jay got a different health plan for next year that will permit me to go to the orthopedic we like. Very cool. Very cool. Glad to hear you got someone you like. Yeah, that makes a world of difference when you can actually to go to see a professional, um, whether it be an orthopedic surgeon or a general practitioner or whatever the case may be, especially or even a phlebotomist that you trust, that you like. Um, it makes the relationship with that person so much better when you've already got that commonality together, that liking of each other and stuff. And you and they can also feel better about whatever you need done, um, because of that relationship you already have. I guess I should start looking at old scabbards, see what is common. Yeah, see, that's one thing I always do when it comes to making, or one thing I always done. Yeah, that comes to making historic pieces for a persona or a certain outfit or whatever, is I would try to find pictures or something of that product during the time period, whether it be a charcoal drawing or an actual photograph, and just kind of get a feel for what the common piece looked like and then how it could be made unique. Oh, okay. Did his knee replacement. That's very cool. So see, you guys already have a a professional relationship with him, so you know the quality of work he does, and that would make him working on your hand so much better, so much better, more relaxed. What do you need a scabbard for, Tony? Or what kind of scabbards do you need? Man, I don't know what the I don't know what the itchiness is in my palms, but I hope somebody's giving me some money. They say they say when your palm itches, it means you're going to come into money, and I know somebody's got to be giving it to me because I sure can't afford to go buy lottery tickets. So I hope somebody's just going to give me some money. Unless specified, most of the stuff I do when it comes to scabbards or holsters, I try to stay to the Old West style. So it takes me a while to actually build certain projects. Oh, to carry your lever actions. Okay. You know, it's kind of funny you mentioned the lever action. I actually caught myself dreaming again the other day. I was uh, I was doing some research for an upcoming video, and I seen a Sharps rifle that just really struck my fancy, and I was, you know, going back and looking at the reproductions of the rifles, um, just to get an idea, you know, of the style that I liked and everything. And it's like, wow, you know, I would never be able to afford an actual Sharps rifle. But I caught myself dreaming for a second. It's like, man, that would work in a Civil War um, scenario. That would work in a cowboy era, depending upon the model and everything. That would work with my Bill Cody persona. Um, but yeah, I caught myself dreaming. You know, window shopping on the internet 101. That'd be kind of cool. Everybody everybody needs a nice scabbard for their lever action. I've looked at Sharps copies; they're pretty pricey, very pricey. I think Mark paid $1,200 for his Sharps that he uses with his second U.S. sharpshooter impression for Civil War. I think he paid either 12 or $1,400 for that Sharps. So yeah, most definitely. Good morning, Blaine. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well today. Blaine's been throwing out some pretty good videos, y'all. He's hit a couple of jackpots here recently that start financing next year's Nevada trip. I paid 700 for my 94 and 750 to 800 for the 95. Wow. and now they're twice that. Yeah, and see, that's the really cool thing about investing in certain reproduction pieces is a lot of those companies that made those several years ago don't make them anymore, but people still desire them, and it actually drives the price up because so many people are looking looking for that model or that certain year or that certain company. So yeah, most definitely doing good, doing okay, awesome, 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 awesome. I've taken some time off from watching videos just to rest. I'll get back to it today. With work and the weird work, the weird hours, the uncertain hours, and then trying to keep the videos coming here and doing research and taking care of my responsibilities with the family. I've not had a chance to watch a lot of them. I don't as much go out and search for them as I used to. If I'm in here doing research in the morning or looking at certain things and I have, like Blaine's video pops up or a post from Derek or something pops up or, I take the time to watch it. Of course, I don't always take the time to comment, bad me uh, for doing that. But I don't have the time to go out and search for certain things anymore. So I wait for them to pop up um, in my directory of videos when it comes up. Um, do y'all see the short I put up with Jay and his Christmas gift? No, I've not seen that one come up. Normally when you post something, it pops up in my suggested watch, and I've not seen anything about Jay and his Christmas gift. I bet he's got a big smile on his face, though. Well, that's YouTube for you. Yeah, tell me about it. And they um, another thing that they've done here recently. I got an email the other day from YouTube saying that because of not being monetized but not being monetized because views have dropped um, X percentage that um, I couldn't use my advanced settings anymore. So when I posted that video for tomorrow, um, when I put the link, the PayPal link, when I put it in the description, because I always put it at the top of the description, especially this one here for the Secret Santa thing. Um, I couldn't post any external links or anymore. So I had to go through this whole verification thing to just be able to put external links back in my descriptions. Um, they say it normally takes a day. When I got up this morning, I already had the approval. But I had to do like a face scan, look up, do this, yada yada yada, and but they're it's kind of weird because if you guys remember when I had the last channel, those of you that was with me then, um, they never did that. Now, if your views drop down so far, or you don't monetize at a certain time, they take away your right to use your advanced features. So yeah, it was kind of weird, but we got it fixed. So so short. I bought it off my god brother's son. Very cool. Short has over 500 views. Very cool. If you want SASS specified, I'll need a rule book so I can make sure it meets their specifications as well as historical accuracy. I don't think that they're expecting. This has to look right. Freedom, he was very happy. No more splitting wood by hand, thank God. That people use wheeled carts with modern wheels. Very true. Have a great day, everyone. Off on an adventure. Cheers. Awesome. Awesome, Blaine. You have fun on your adventure. And you take care of yourself, bud. Stay in touch, man. Definitely have fun. You have an absolutely great day today. Have a great week. Have a happy Thanksgiving. And we'll catch you later. Blaine, spinning and winning slots with Blaine is another one that I've kind of, sort of, almost, but not quite collaborated with before. Um, we actually met up here a few years ago out here at the casino where the wife works at. And, back previous channel when we actually on occasion had a few dollars to play with. And, I was in Blaine's video, Blaine was in my video, and, we played some of the slots together and stuff like that. Um, Sadly enough, with Blaine, it's spinning and winning at slots with Blaine. With Drew, it's spinning and whining at slots with Drew. So yeah, but it was fun doing that short little collaboration with him. It was real fun. More convenient, I'm sure. Tony and everyone else, if you have pen and paper, pen here is my info. Yep, nick.smotherman25 @gmail.com. On Facebook, Nick Smotherman, Rockin' K Leather. Have to go. Have a great day, everyone. Days of Dead HorrorCon video premiering tonight. Cool. Can't wait. What time's that? What time's that premiere, Sean? 7 p.m. Central. So that's going to be um, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Awesome. Can't wait, bud. Can't wait. You take care of yourself, man. Have a great day. We got about 3.5 minutes left. I'll be hitting it. Phone's still not ring. Might be a decent day. But you take care, man. Have a good day. I'll do my damnedest to be there for that premiere tonight. Sounds fun. You too, my friend. Have a great day. Yeah, really. Oh, hell, there went my screen again. There we go. If I got to knock on wood, it'll be over here. Yep. Too much Fonzieing in there. It's messing things up. I still haven't got the jukebox to work. You know, they're all digital now. I uh, I still haven't got the jukebox to work at work. Just go up and yeah, exactly. Knock on wood, knock out your camera. That's pretty much it. But yeah, it's about that time. Until that phone rings. If that phone rings, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to start working on Thanksgiving Day's video. I'm supposed to go in at noon if they call me. I'm on call today, so I figured, since he's seen that I come in at noon and work the afternoon with him, he'd probably call me this morning to come in and open for him. But apparently, he's probably figured out that he's lost way too much money having me do that every time we work together. So I'm on call today, and then I open tomorrow. um, Take care. Have a blessed day. You too, Freedom. You take care as well. Have a blessed day. Um, have a nice holiday, and we will chat Friday morning. All right, well, I'll leave you with a joke about Brenna's boss so you can chuckle about something today. Sounds fun. You too, Tony. You take care of yourself, bud. Have a great day. Hope you and your wife have a lovely meal at Cracker Barrel on Thanksgiving, and don't forget to get the chicken and dumplings. Always a hit. You too, Jan. You take care of yourself, sweetie. You and Jay. The offer stands for Thanksgiving. Gives us about a day out of 2 days we can spend together at the holidays. That offer still stands. Probably be listening, still cleaning up from Turkey Day. We'll get all of our cleaning done on Turkey Day. We'll get all of our cleaning done on Wednesday before Turkey Day. It'll just be eating leftovers. Thanks for the best of luck for Brenna. Yeah, definitely so. Definitely knows. She needs to find something closer to home now. Y'all don't live in Iowa no more. It's time for her to find a place closer to home there in Missouri that listen at work, working 8 to 1. I miss those early mornings. But all right, guys, it is that time. It is time for me to be like a fat baby and head out. Time for me to be like a tree and leave. What happened? There we go. Oh, now look, it come up twice, you bugger. Once again, guys, don't forget about our Secret Santa thing we're doing this year. Um, we have the one family who, sadly enough, lost their uh, lost their father, lost their husband to a sad situation. I know they could use a little bit of love, and also that organization here in town that can definitely use the help to help the veterans, the elderly, and the needy in our community. So don't forget that link is right there, guys. Hey, Brooklyn, good to see you, love. Sadly enough, we're walking out the door right now. So y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. We do. And we'll catch y'all later. Have a good day, guys.